How an Ordinary Young Man Became William Shakespeare, based on Will in the World by Stephen Greenblatt. Let's dive in-depth journey into one of the biggest mysteries in history. Who was William Shakespeare? And how did he become the greatest writer the world has ever known? His plays, like Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello, King Lear, they touch our hearts today, just as they did 400 years ago. Lines like, "To be or not to be," or "Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo," are part of our everyday language. Movies, musicals, books, everything borrows from him. But Shakespeare left almost no letters, no diary. We know basic facts. Born in 1564, died in 1616, wrote about 38 plays and 154 sonnets. That's it. So how do we understand the man behind the magic? That's where Stephen Greenblatt comes in. He's a top Shakespeare expert, and in his book Will in the World, How Shakespeare Became Shakespeare, he paints a vivid picture. Greenblatt doesn't invent facts. He takes what we know, historical records, the plays themselves, and connects them thoughtfully. He shows how Shakespeare's world, full of danger, change, beauty, and heartbreak, poured into his writing. This isn't a dry biography. It's an exciting story of a smart, sensitive guy rising from a small town to literary immortality. Let's start at the beginning. William Shakespeare was born in April 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon. It's a small market town in the English Midlands. Think farms, rivers, busy fairs. Not glamorous. His dad, John Shakespeare, was a glove maker. He made fine leather gloves, but also dealt in wool on the side. Risky business back then. For a while, the family did well. John became an important town official, like an alderman, even bailiff, the top job. Young Will, probably the third of 8 kids, grew up in a nice house on Henley Street. Greenblatt imagines him as a curious boy, watching traveling actors perform in the streets. These troupes came through towns, putting on moral plays about good and evil. School was key. Stratford had a good free grammar school. Will went there from about age 7 to 13 or 14. No university for him. That was for rich kids. But the school was tough. Every day, Latin, Latin, more Latin. He read ancient writers like Ovid, Virgil, Plautus. He learned rhetoric, how to argue, how to speak beautifully. And get this, they acted out plays in Latin. Greenblatt thinks this sparked Shakespeare's love for comedy. Acting means pretending to be someone else on stage. Shakespeare loved that. He was good at making people laugh or feel sad with words. But home wasn't always happy. John's business hit trouble. Debts piled up. He stopped going to town meetings. Fined for it? Maybe illegal wool dealing caught up with him. They lost money. Shakespeare saw how fast things can change. Happy one day, worried the next. Many of his plays show this. People lose money or power and try to get it back. Another big thing, religion. In England back then, the Queen wanted everyone to follow her church rules. But some people still followed the old church secretly. If you got caught, you could get in big trouble, even killed. Shakespeare's family might have been secret about their religion. He learned about hiding things and being careful. This shows up in his plays too. Characters hide who they really are, or they feel guilty about secrets. When Shakespeare was 18, he got married in 1582. His wife was named Anne Hathaway. She was older than him. She was going to have a baby, so they married fast. They had 3 kids. First a girl named Susanna, then twins, a boy Hamnet and a girl Judith. But soon after the twins, Shakespeare left his town. He went to the big city, London. We don't know exactly why or when. These years are called the lost years because we have no information. Maybe he got in trouble for hunting animals he wasn't supposed to. Or maybe he worked as a teacher. Or maybe he traveled with actors. By early 1590s, he's in London. Wow, what a change. London exploded. Population doubled. Dirty, crowded, exciting. Public hangings, bear baiting, prostitutes. Greenblatt calls it a non-stop theatre of punishments. London was huge and exciting. Way bigger than his small town. Lots of noise, smells, people from everywhere. There were new theatres, big wooden buildings where people watched plays. Thousands came every day. Poor people stood. Rich people sat. Plays were fun but also dangerous. Sometimes sickness called the plague closed everything. And actors could get in trouble for saying the wrong things about the Queen or religion. Shakespeare started working in theatre. First he acted, then he fixed old plays. Then he wrote his own. He joined a good group of actors. They shared the money they made. Smart. Later he even helped own a theatre called the Globe. There were other writers too. Some were jealous of Shakespeare because he wasn't from a fancy school. One called him an upstart crow, like a bird who thinks he's better than others. But Shakespeare got better and better. His plays made people laugh, cry, think. Now, let's see how his real life shows up in the plays. This is the cool part from the book. One example. In London, Shakespeare saw bad things happen to people who were different. Like Jewish people. There was a real doctor who was Jewish. People said he tried to hurt the Queen. It wasn't true, but he got killed anyway. Everyone's mean about it. Shakespeare wrote a play called The Merchant of Venice. There's a Jewish man named Shylock. People are mean to him. But Shakespeare gives him a famous speech. Don't Jewish people have eyes? Don't we feel pain too? Shakespeare wanted people to think, hey, treat everyone fairly. Another example. Religion's secrets. Plays like Macbeth have ghosts and feeling super guilty. Like if you do something wrong, you can't sleep. Maybe for all the hiding in real life. Sad personal thing. Shakespeare's son Hamlet died when he was 11. Very sad. A few years later, Shakespeare wrote Hamlet. The prince is sad about his dead dad. He talks to a skull and thinks about life and death. It feels like real sadness. Love stories. Romeo and Juliet are young and in love fast, maybe like Shakespeare's quick marriage. Funny plays, like A Midsummer Night's Dream with fairies and magic in the woods. Maybe for happy festivals he saw as a kid. History plays, about old kings of England. The Queen was getting old with no kids. Everyone worried who would be next king. Dangerous to talk about. But Shakespeare wrote about it carefully. Shakespeare worked hard. He made money. He bought a big house back in his town. He got a special family symbol, like becoming official, important. He had rich friends who helped him. He wrote beautiful poems called sonnets too. Some for a young man, some for a woman. About love and beauty. Later he wrote deeper plays, like King Lear, an old king who gives away everything and goes crazy from sadness. Or Othello. Jealousy makes a good man do bad things. What made Shakespeare special? He watched people closely. He understood how everyone feels. Happy, scared, angry, loving. Kings or normal people. Bad guys or good guys. He put real life into his stories. That's why they feel true even now. Around 1613, Shakespeare went home to Stratford. He stopped writing big plays. Maybe wrote one last one about magic and forgiving people. He died in 1616. He was 52. We don't know why. He's buried in the church in his town. He left his plays and poems. They changed the world. Greenblatt's big idea. Shakespeare wasn't born genius. His world shaped him. Religious secrets, family ups and downs, London's energy, personal losses. He observed everything, felt everything deeply, turned it into stories that feel true forever. No magic. Just a talented guy in an amazing, turbulent time. Social change let him shine. Will in the world brings him alive. Read it. Watch plays. Start with Hamlet or Romeo and Juliet. What's your favorite Shakespeare moment? Comment below. Thanks for this long adventure. Like, subscribe for more deep stories.